Hello everybody, this is Brian Yeager, the Superintendent of the Monticello Community School District, and I'm doing this video today to be able to give you some information on the upcoming months in the Monticello Community School District. So first, as you know, when we move into the winter months, we're going to deal with inclement weather. So this year, unlike other years, we are going to deal with inclement weather just a little bit differently. Now, I'll still get up in the morning and I'll still drive the roads, and our transportation director will still do the same. And usually what we do is make the decision whether we're going to be in school or we're going to call a snow day. Well, this year we have the opportunity, because we're doing online learning in our school district. If we have severe weather, what we'll do is we'll call an online learning day for that day instead of a snow day. So it would look a little bit like this. In the morning, we'll drive the roads. We make the decision to call an online learning day. You'll still be able to see it on the news channels. We'll send a school messenger. And then our students will participate in that day just as they have done every Wednesday going through the course of the first semester. So I don't think it will be that difficult for them to transition to that. And what it does for us is it allows us to not extend our calendar into the month of June. So please be ready for that when that happens. And if you have any questions on that, please give me a call or shoot me an email and let me know what your questions are. Second thing, parents, we are at 9 weeks into the school year. Some of you have decided along with your children to do online learning. This is a good point for you to do some reflection and ask yourself and talk to your child and listen to your teachers when we do parent-teacher conferences next week, and consider if online learning is still the best for you. So I know there's a lot of struggling students out there with online learning, and I know it's best for some of those students to be able to come back to school and participate in in-person learning. I understand that there's still scary things out there related to COVID and possibilities of exposures, but there's a lot of research out there on students that fall behind, and to fall behind 1 year is one thing, but in last year we fell behind a little bit at the end of the year. But to fall behind 2 years is a much bigger deal. It can have lasting effects on students and their education. So you really have to ask yourself, is my student being successful with online learning? If they're not, I think you need to call your principal and reconsider in-person learning for your child. I know it's a family decision. We've given you the opportunity to do this, and we'll continue to help you as much as we can. But online learning is definitely a different way for our students to learn. And some of them, having never done it before, have struggled with this for the last 9 weeks. As parents, you have to understand, if your child is doing online learning, there's a much higher commitment as a parent to this process. You're going to have a little more help with them. You're going to have to sit down at the kitchen table and work through some problems with them, help them formulate questions back to their teachers. But if you get to the 9-week period here and you feel like this is no longer the right thing for you to do, please call your principal, and you can transition back to in-person learning if that's what you'd like to do. Next up, winter sports guidance. Well, some winter sports guidance just came out from the state, and not a whole lot of new things to consider. We will still be taking precautions with our students at practices. We're still going to take their temperatures, and we're still going to be extra cautious with hand washing and good hygiene. The thing I really want to talk to you about with winter sports is, as fans, like what that's going to look like. Well, when you walk into the gym, for example, with basketball, we're asking all of our fans, as we did with volleyball, to continue to wear masks when they come in the gym. So you'll also see that our players who are on the bench for basketball and our coaches that are on the bench will also be wearing masks. The only people in the gym that won't be wearing masks are going to be our players that are on the floor and our head coach that will be walking on the sidelines for the boys or the girls teams. All the other people in the gym should be wearing masks. And today we met with our conference, and it was decided that all of our conferences will be following the same routine. So every school you go to for a conference game this year will have the same routine. So make sure you bring your masks when you come to home games and away games this year. Bowling, wrestling, the same thing. As you walk into the bowling alley or you walk into the wrestling meets, please make sure you have your mask ready. We're going to be requiring everyone that's a fan to be wearing masks when you come to those events. Now, I'm going to tell you, in basketball, I know this year we are going to be from floor to the back wall and sidewall to sidewall on our side of the bleachers. We will be packed. And so if you're worried about that, being shoulder to shoulder and everybody has masks on, and some people will be eating popcorn or taking a drink of their soda, I'm going to tell you, if you're worried about that, this might be the year to stay home and read about it in the newspaper. if you don't feel like that's going to be a safe situation for you. Otherwise, when you come, we're going to try to create the safest situation possible, as we always do. And we would want to continue to support our students. But it's very, very important to us that our students still get to participate in their athletic seasons. We want all the winter sports to still have the opportunity to participate. I know in football we lost a couple of games. Volleyball, some of our younger athletes had lost a couple of games, a couple of weeks of the season. We're really hoping that as we progress through this winter season that we can continue to play and let our students get close as they get closer to the end of the year, let our students play, determine whether they go on in the district tournament or make it to the state tournament, rather than be quarantined, and that would end our season at the end of the year. In order to get there, we need to be safe the whole year. So when you come to the games, please cooperate with us and bring your mask and help keep our environment safe for everybody. That's it for today. I hope that all this makes sense. If at any time you have any questions about any of these topics or anything in general, please don't hesitate to give me a call or shoot me an email. I always appreciate those, and I try to respond to you in a timely manner, and hopefully we can give answers to your questions. So thank you very much, and have a good day.